Hola everyone, we are back and today we're making guava and cheese empanadas. If you don't already know, my name is Kathleen Herles. I'm the original voice of Dora the Explorer and I voiced Dora's mom in the reboot. I have been following the recipes in the new podcast, Dora's Recipe for Adventure. In our previous video, we made agua fresca. And today, like I said, we're making guava and cheese empanadas. I've never had guava and cheese empanadas, so we're gonna make them together. I've been looking up recipes all over the internet and I've seen it done in different ways. And I wanna try 2 different ways with you guys today. So the main thing is the empanada dough. My mom makes this from scratch. And when I asked her for the recipe, she said she didn't have it written down and it was in her mind and she was trying to type it out and it seemed like too much. So I'm gonna save that recipe for another time. So what we're gonna use is pre-made empanada dough. And I know some of you may not like that, but I think this is a great substitute for someone just starting in the kitchen, or if someone wants to try something new and never had an empanada before, this is a great option. So Goya makes empanada dough and it's sold in the freezer section at your supermarket. And I found 2 different ones. So we have this empanada dough. This is labeled good for baking. And they also have ones that are good for frying. So we're gonna use both of them today. So for the filling, we're gonna use a guava paste. Also, while searching through different recipes, I have seen many people use this type of guava paste. Let me come a little closer. I did see some people say that because it's a block, sometimes it doesn't melt as well when you're baking it or frying it. So some people have used guava jelly, which seems to work a lot better. But I'm curious to see if it still tastes the same. So we're gonna use both. For the second part of the filling is queso blanco, which is just basically a white cheese. On the package, it's from the brand Tropical, queso blanco, and it says mild taste with a creamy, soft texture, used for dessert or best with fruit preserves or crackers. So this is perfect for what we're gonna use today. You can use any other types of white cheeses, and one of the most popular alternatives is cream cheese. I was going to buy the cream cheese, but I forgot, so we're only gonna be using this queso blanco today. So now that we've gone through all of the main ingredients, let's get cooking. So first we're gonna preheat the oven to 375 degrees for the empanadas that we're gonna bake. These come frozen. It's recommended that you defrost them prior in the refrigerator. I actually defrosted them out of the refrigerator, but then once they were defrosted, I put them in the refrigerator. So I think you can do both, but better to just defrost them the day before in the refrigerator as instructed on the packaging. They come like discs, and in between each disc is a separator, which is actually kind of nice. We're gonna take one and we're gonna roll it. I am going to put a little flour on my cutting board here, just to make sure it doesn't stick. I don't know how accurate that is, but we're gonna do it. And rub some on my hands. So let's take the dough here, place the disc to the center of the cutting board. We're gonna use a rolling pin, and we're just gonna roll it slightly. It's already sticking to the pin. Oh, I forgot to add some flour to the rolling pin, just a little bit. Again, so it doesn't stick. Let's see if it works. Yeah, see, that's a lot better. Okay. I wanna do a few with the block guava paste and then a few with the guava jelly. So I'm planning on making 4 baked empanadas and 4 fried empanadas. Okay, so let's open this here. I'm gonna get another cutting board. I'm gonna place it on here for now. So you don't want to cut it too thick, but also not too thin. And you don't want it to be too big either, because it is a pretty small disc. And we don't want it to open or explode. So I think this is a good size. I'm gonna take this piece and place it right in the middle of the disc. I've never had this before. I'm gonna cut a little piece of this. You guys see it? Let's try. Wow. That's really good. How have I never had that before? Sorry guys, I need another piece. I'm so excited now to try it all together. Okay, let's put this guava block to the side. We'll use the same cutting board and cut the queso blanco. I've never had this queso blanco from this vendor before, so I'm also excited to try. And we're gonna try to cut about the same size of cheese as we did the guava. I think that's a little too big. Maybe we'll do 2 slices. I don't want it to be too bulky, but maybe we kind of just break it up a little bit and place it on top and around. Okay, let's try the queso blanco. Yeah, it's really good. Definitely tastes similar to mozzarella. Now I'm gonna take another little piece and the extra guava paste that I have here and taste it together. Delicious. So good. Ah, I'm so excited. Okay, to close this up, we can either wet the edges or use egg wash, which I wanna do. So, because we're gonna also use the egg wash to cover the empanada before we put it into the oven. So for the egg wash, really simple. Get 1 egg, crack that into a bowl. Then we're gonna add a tablespoon of water. And then we're gonna whisk it. Perfect, and that's it. Your egg wash is made. For the empanada, I feel like this is not the right placement, so let me play around with it. Maybe I'll put it in the center of one of the halves. So you can use a little brush like this, just to make it easier. We're going to just brush the edges with the egg wash. Now we close. Now for the edges, you can either use a fork and press it down on the edges, or you can fold them. So we're gonna try to fold them here today. Let's start on this side. I'm so bad at making these look pretty. I really do try. There is our first empanada to be baked. I think it's pretty good. So I didn't realize you can play around with this area too. So when you're cutting the guava, maybe cut them into smaller pieces so you can fill them all over. So we're gonna start placing them on a greased baking sheet. Spray some cooking spray. After the 4 are done, then we'll egg wash them. 1 down, 3 more to go for baking. So let's make another one with the guava paste before we move on to the guava jelly. I think the first disc was a good size, and they're not always gonna be perfect, and that's okay. I have this big piece, so I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces. Maybe that'll be easier to fill, and maybe that'll be easier for them to melt. 1 for the empanada. 1 for me. It's just so good. Maybe I'll put the cheese in between. I wash the edges. I've been saying some of these words in Spanish, but just so you guys understand, cheese in English, we say cheese, and in Spanish, you can say queso. Queso. So when I said queso blanco, I'm saying, well, if you want to translate it exactly the way I'm saying it, it's cheese white, but white cheese. And blanco is white. Flour is harina. Let's close this one up. Wow, this is so much easier to close. Okay, and then we're gonna do our little rolling of the edges here. Now this one seems a little too long. This one doesn't seem like a half circle. It's more of like a square. That's fine though, that's fine, it'll do. The first one was definitely better. Okay, so for the next two, I'm going to use the guava jelly, also from Goya. Let's see if I can open this. Oh, okay. I feel like this is something Dora would say. Can you help me open the guava jelly? Put your hands out like this and twist. Twist. Wait, that's not working. Ah! I think if you hit the bottom, right? This is what they teach you. What's the other way they tell you? To hit the edges? Oh, that worked. Sometimes these things they tell you actually work. Okay, I want to do a taste test and see if it actually tastes similar as the guava paste. It tastes good. It's not as good as the guava paste. Interesting. Well, it's not too far off, but you can definitely taste the difference. Regardless, we're gonna make the next two with this and see how it tastes in the end. Get another empanada disc. I'm gonna flour this a little more. From what I've been looking up online, you can buy these on Amazon or try looking for them at your local supermarket. They might have it in the freezer section. I went to a Spanish supermarket called Ideal. Any international supermarkets that are near you should have like the guava paste or the guava jelly. So if you can't find these exact products, but you can find other ones that are similar, try them and see if they work, see how they taste, see if you like them. That's the whole point of this, is to open up our minds to trying new things and maybe making something brand new. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut two big chunks instead of little ones and see. And then I'm going to put the cheese around it. Just kind of break it up and see how that works. Okay, we're gonna egg wash the sides. Okay, now roll the edges. First one is still the best one. I feel like the shape is probably a little better. Yeah, it's a little bumpy, this one, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, let me try to stay focused here on this one. We're gonna go up, we're gonna go down, we're gonna go left, and then we're gonna go right. See, I think it's the left where it starts now. Okay, that's good. Oh man, guys, I just realized I was so focused on the guava paste. I made the third one a guava paste instead of the guava jelly. Mistakes are made, it's fine. For this last one, and we can make another one. Yeah, well, let's make 5, that's okay. So we'll use about a tablespoon of the guava jelly, kind of spread it around. So then we can put the cheese on top. This time I feel like we can just add like a slice right on top there. Now we're going to egg wash the sides. So eggs, or egg in English, and huevo in Spanish. Huevo. Now we're gonna fold it. All right, definitely a lot easier to fold over because you don't have, it's not as bulky with the guava paste. Okay, so we'll make one more with the guava jelly. Perfect. Okay, now we have our 5, and we have to egg wash the tops of them so they can get nice and golden. Let's grab more egg wash and just brush. Let's put these in the oven. It has been set for 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna put them in there for about 18 to 20 minutes. Now, we're going to open up the frying empanada dough. These are larger. The other discs were 5 inches. These are 6 inches. These are a large size. I didn't see a smaller size for these. I also didn't look online, so there could be a smaller size, but this was the only one that I found in the supermarket. So this is what we're gonna work with. Okay, these were in a sleeve. They are still separated by a separator, but they seem to be very wet. And I don't know if that's because they're meant to be fried. I'm not too experienced on that. I feel like I almost need to like dab them. So if anyone's watching and this has happened to you before and you know why it's happening, please let me know to help other people who are making this in the future. I'm just gonna flour the cutting board again. That'll hopefully help too. The center is not as wet, it's just the edges. So maybe this is due to the fact that I defrosted them out of the fridge. Could be. Let me just put some more flour. So I think for these we can add a little more filling. Yeah, that already made it so much better. We'll do the guava paste first. It's been a while, so I'm gonna have another piece. Okay, so I think for the frying, the guava paste might not melt as fast. So that might be the issue there. Okay. With cheese, I wash the sides. Okay, now, want to close it? Yeah, they're a lot bigger. There's one for frying. Our second one, we're gonna do another guava paste. Okay. Let's close this one up. Oh, you know, for these, I did wanna use the fork here. So I'm just gonna fold it over. Use the fork just to kind of crimp the sides. So we do not egg wash these, the ones that we're frying. It's starting to smell really good in here. Now we do 2 with the guava jelly. Now we have our 4 ready for frying. Okay, all of our empanadas are made. 5 are in the oven. 4 are ready to be fried. The empanadas in the oven are done. That's what that sound means. Look at them with me. Whoa, look at them. I think they look great. They've definitely puffed up a lot, and 2 are leaking. That's okay. I think we can take them out now so they can cool down a bit. Okay, so we're gonna add oil in here, and we're gonna be using vegetable oil. Now, I have never fried before, so I'm going to set this on medium-high heat, and I'm gonna probably fill this, probably use this entire container and heat it up. It says to heat it up to 165 degrees, and I have this, I'm pretty sure this is a candy thermometer, but it has Fahrenheit and Celsius. So I think we can use this to measure the temperature of the oil. Now we wait. My first initial thoughts. These empanadas that we baked seem like more of a puff pastry, which is totally fine. I think that works with what we're making today. But with my mom's dough recipe, I feel like it's a little more doughy, less puff, if that makes sense. I already like my mom's dough recipe better because I feel like I know what that tastes like. I know what the puff pastry dough tastes like. But still, I'm still excited to try them. Also excited to try the fried ones as well. I think those will taste really good. Hoping they don't open, but we'll see. I also don't have the proper like spatula to pick up the empanadas, like a frying spatula, but we'll just use a regular spatula. Hopefully that'll do the trick. I think our oil is ready. This is the guava jelly. I'm so nervous. All right, it's going in. Okay, we're gonna do one at a time here. And maybe I need to use a wooden spatula. Maybe that'll be helpful. That the empanada should be at 165 degrees, not the oil. So the oil should have been hotter. Well, now I know. Deep fry, it says 370, almost 380, which we were not at. Definitely my bad. We're doing great, guys. This is working. If something happens, it's fine. No hay problema. We're gonna figure it out. And that's what we're doing. We're gonna add in the other guava paste one because I don't want to get confused. Second one is going in. And just be very careful. Now it's starting to really bubble. All right, I think this one is good. Probably a little more brown. And be careful because I touched that and that was really hot. Yeah, now these are probably gonna bubble a little more. I'm just gonna lower it just slightly. I don't want it to get too brown like the other one. And it'll probably still cook as it's laying. Okay. We're done. Here are the baked empanadas. So to report, the 3 that had the guava paste in them didn't leak and didn't open, but the 2 that had the guava jelly did. Is it because it's the jelly? Is it because I didn't seal them properly? Not sure, but just wanted to point that out. This is the one with the guava jelly. As you can see here, it's opened here and it's leaked out a little bit. Let me open it in half for you here. Woo! Look at all that flaky goodness. So the cheese kind of stayed. It didn't really melt too much, but still really, really good. You can see how flaky that is. I do feel like maybe using a different cheese or maybe shredding it to have the cheese melt so it can like pull apart would be better. I really love the dough. I think it's a good balance between flaky and like a pastry dough. Really good. So let's try the guava paste one. You guys know that's my favorite already. This was the first one, our first baby that we rolled, which I think it's kind of perfect. So I am going to just take a bite out of it and then I will open it. So definitely I feel like I could use a lot more filling. The problem is that it doesn't, it starts off so thick. It's kind of hard to gauge, but. Stop it. Night and day. The guava paste is the way to go. It just tastes so much better. The cheese definitely melted more here. Maybe when you use a cream cheese too, it might be a little better. And maybe it'd be better to fill it more. Don't be afraid of filling. Fill in your empanada because as you can see, there's a lot of room in there. The fried ones are massive, okay? Massive. Like, they do look delicious. This is the jelly, I believe. Let's just take a bite. Dough is really good. I think it could have been in there just for like 30 more seconds, and I think it'd be cooked a little more. Oh, this is a little more cheesy. Still not as melted. It is filled pretty well. We filled these a little more. Let me try it. Solid. It is good, but dough is incredible. I think this dough for frying, probably a lot better than the baked one. Still good, but I'm pretty impressed with this this dough and how it fried. Let's try the paste. The guava paste, which I'm so excited because it's just my favorite. Let's just open it here for you. Do you guys hear that crunch? Okay. The cheese fell. But you know, my concern with the guava paste not melting enough is pretty melted here. I'm not mad about it. All right. Let's try it. That is delicious. Let's see if we can get someone else to do a taste test. We got Reggie to come down and do a taste test. So we today made guava and cheese empanadas.
It smells like it.
Different ways. Okay. So we have a fried empanada. We have a baked empanada. We also have, in each variety, we have one made with guava paste, which is like that block right there. And we have one made with guava jelly. Okay. Okay, so first you're gonna try the baked empanada. I'm trying to remember this one. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the paste. And you can rip it and take a bite from the middle or however you wanna eat it. I'm not here to tell you how to eat your empanada, but just go ahead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite way to eat an empanada.
Wow, that crunch. It's good, right? Okay, now this is the jelly. I just feel like I need to eat with, you know, I don't know if it's a Latina in me, but like he can't eat alone.
She lets me eat alone so often. It's not even
Yeah, but right now I feel like I need to be eating with you. Okay.
What's this one?
That's the jelly.
I didn't taste any of the cheese in the last one. I'll throw that on.
Interesting. Did I forget to put it in there? Could be possible.
Last one was the paste?
Yeah.
I feel like it was a little sweeter.
It's better, right?
Is that sweeter?
What are your thoughts on the dough?
I like it.
Okay.
Seems pretty standard.
Okay. Which one is this one?
I have no idea.
Is it the sweeter one?
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you.
They all taste the same to him.
I don't know what's going on. This is good. This is a lot less filling though. You can.
Yes, because it's a bigger disc. Here, try the other one before you finish that one.
I'm going to do anything that I want to do.
I think that one is the paste.
I'll let you know. Is that paste?
No, I think that one's a jelly. It's more everywhere. So you're leaning towards a jelly a little more.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm having a great time. Just keep cooking. We're fine.
Oh my goodness. All right, so what are you thinking now? Give us your overall thoughts and come a little closer.
I like this fried dough.
You like the fried dough? I agree. I think the fried dough is better than the baked dough.
Definitely needs more filling.
More filling. Agreed.
One of these is sweeter than the other. But at the end of the day,
The paste.
you can only really tell when they're like right next to each other.
Yeah, this is the winner. Guys, this was a successful recipe. I think we could still tweak it a little bit. Guava paste, the way to go. Cheese, very good. Stick to a white cheese, maybe something that can melt a little easier. So maybe we shred it, maybe we do mozzarella cheese, or we do cream cheese. Not really sure. There are options though. But thank you so much for joining me in making guava and cheese empanadas. They are delicious. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified for our next recipe. Bye, adios.